Okay, here's the recording we were using. B minor pop smooth piano one. So that was in the 7th fret. Cool. And what we're trying to do is rolls. So 2 high notes or 2 low notes or 1 of each. And then end on a note. Any other note that's not in the roll. So I do on the top 2 strings here. Or if I did 2 low notes, or if I go backwards, that was a 7 on the 1st string and a 10 on the 2nd string. Then I ended on the 3rd string. Or do the opposite, do 1 low and 1 high, so a 7 on the 2nd string and a 10 on the 1st string. Same thing on the 2nd string. You have a 10 and a 7 and a 9 and a 7. So the highs are 10 on the 2nd string, 9 on the 3rd string. I ended on the 2nd string there. Or I could end up anywhere else. And then the lows are always going to be the 7s, in that scale. Or working on all those other notes. On the 3rd and 4th string, on the 2nd, 3rd string, I still have 1 low and 1 high, which would be a 7 on the 2nd and a 9 on the 3rd. I ended on the 4th string there. Any of those ending notes, any other note in the scale can work. And then if I flip that, I'd have a 7 on the 3rd string and a 10 on the 2nd string. That's a 7 on the 3rd, 10 on the 2nd. You can end on any other note. And then I want to do the 3rd and 4th string. It's going to be a couple 9s or a couple of 7s. Or a 7 and a 9. That was 7 on the 3rd, 9 on the 4th, and a 5th string, 9th fret. Or you can jump up there till I went to the 2nd string. That was a 9 on the 3rd string to end it. You can always just change the note. If it doesn't sound good like an ending note, change it. Just change that last note if it doesn't feel like it ended where it was supposed to. So you keep working those. And remember, instead of just doing back and forth and ending on a note, you can think of starting on a note, then going back and forth. So, for example, going on the 1st string, a note, and then back and forth. Or a note, and a note, back and forth. Cool? So instead of ending on a note, start on a note, and then do the back and forth. Start on a note, back and forth. Or do a note, and back and forth. So instead of go, you can do this anywhere. All I'm doing is choosing one of those 4 things. A couple highs, a couple lows, or a low and a high, or a high and a low, going back and forth, ending on a note. Or starting on a note, going back and forth. Cool? It gives you thousands of variations. And remember to think about the rhythm. The rhythm here, you can always divide things into 2s, 3s, and 4s. So if I'm just going back and forth, that's 1, 2, 1, 2. For each of those main beats, I'm going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So slower, lower energy. You do threes, think of those main beats and go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or go fours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. Dun, 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 dun. You can even do sixes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And of course you can do it slower. You can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Cool. Back and forth, and on a note. Cool. So if I mix those rhythms, you can hear like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, things like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Try and just divide the beat up into something even, so you're not kind of going, just playing notes randomly. But so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and be really consciously trying to do that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. So everything. Now you mix this with some bends, and we'll do some little off sounds, little outside. Those little out sounds we'll do next time are just great ways to get some more flavor into the scale. Nothing in there is, without some guidance rhythmically. If I'm going diddle 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 diddle, that was actually 8 notes to the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. Those were really fast notes. So I can do 2s, 3s, 4s. You can divide in 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's all sorts of ways to divide up a beat, but as long as you're sticking with the beat and kind of feeling that main beat in everything you do. As long as it's in the beat, it's going to sound good. So work on the rolls this week and do some more fun stuff with it.